Welcome once again to a new video in my email marketing series, and I am very happy to record this video because this is just what's happened recently, and will I say by mistake, and I just thought of it that it's going to be important for somebody that is setting up his new mail server so that it won't start from the scratch. Recall that in the last video in this series we talked about how you can set up your SMTP server and how you can configure technical details. Let me just open this before as I'm saying this, and how you can configure technical details like SPF, DKIM, and Google verification code and DMARC. And we also talked about that in the next video I'm going to be making video about warming up your SMTP server, because I said it in the video that when you set up a new SMTP server that you need to warm this particular server up, because this is just a virgin IP. Nobody knows this IP on the internet. You need to gradually ramp up volume in order to build the trust of internet service providers like Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook, and even Yahoo, so that you can be able to earn their trust, so that when you send email you are going to be able to enter or have access to their inbox. So this is just what happened very recently. If I zoom in, you're going to see that we have this particular server now. It has 23.5% bounce rate, and of course all these will I say technical details and terms, I'm still going to make a separate video that is going to address poster tour. Like, I'm going to walk you around this poster server to show you everything you need to know, like message held, queued messages, bounce rate. But what you just need to know about bounce rate is that, though I'm still going to talk about this in the main warm-up video, what you need to know about bounce rate is when you send an email to a particular Gmail address or a Yahoo address or Outlook address, it's going to return an error telling you that the email is being bounced. And this can be caused by a lot of reasons, maybe by expired email. When you're sending to a particular Gmail address, the Gmail might have been expired and converted to spam trap on the internet. Or if it's a domain email, the domain might be non-existent, it might have expired, and the owners of those domain did not renew it, all those stuff. And when you send an email or from your mail server to those kind of non-existent emails, they are going to bounce back to your mail server, telling you that maybe this particular email that you're trying to reach, or this particular mail server, the email client that you're trying to reach, is non-existent. So, and this is one of the criteria that Gmail or maybe ISPs monitor a lot during your warm-up process, because if you genuinely build an email list, you use not just single opt-in, you use double opt-in, and people confirm their email and you're following the correct email marketing rules. For instance, if because I normally do this a lot, if you've not opened my email for like a month or 2 months, I'm going to automatically remove you out of my list. I don't want you. I'm going to automatically remove you out of my list in order to protect my mail servers. So the impression that you're creating here when warming up your server and you're sending to non-existent email is that once you send to non-existent email, it's going to bounce back, and the trust from the belief from the internet service provider is that you did not get this email genuinely, because assuming you got the emails genuinely, it's not going to bounce back. It's going to be the real owners of the emails that are going to give it to you. Or maybe when these emails have been converted to spam traps and catch-all, they're going to use this to downgrade your SMTP server, and you won't see the light of the inbox. So these are the terms you need to put in place when warming up your SMTP server, so that you can be able to send your email directly inside the inbox. And anytime you're warming up your SMTP server and you see a high percentage bounce rate, what you have to do is to pause that particular campaign and start cleaning your list and start removing emails and bounce emails from your server. And there are a lot of ways you can do it. You can go to HeySuper2 and use their free plan. I think they don't really have a paid plan now. You can use their free plan where they offer 200 emails per day for you to clean like 200 emails per day. Or you can just go to fiverr.com. I'm going to leave the link in the description, because your first order, you're going to get a discount in your first order. Just go to fiverr.com, and just if you go to fiverr.com, just try to search for email validation services. You're going to be able to see people that are going to do it for you for as low as $5. And one thing you have to know is that when using Fiverr, you have to have a particular way of cross-checking if the person that if the person that you're hiring is really doing the job, because I've seen a lot of customers that came to me and when I directed them to Fiverr, because when I directed them to services like Dbounce, because that is the service I use. Dbounce is an email validation service. Dbounce Dbounce.io is an email validation service. This is the place you sign up for an account. They are going to help you to clean your list, and this is one of the best services out there. And I'm not just talking about them because I'm promoting them. I'm talking about them because I use them and I really know that they work. And I actually partner with them, and they gave me a coupon code that if you follow my coupon code, you are going to be able to get 200 free validation to test things out and see how they work. And this is the most top-notch service on the internet that you can use for this particular service. Or just if you think that your services are high or very costly, you can just go to fiverr.com. But the issue with fiverr.com is that some people won't really deliver the job to you, and you need to put in some kind of work to be able to troubleshoot things and make sure the person really deliver the job. So the overall conclusion of what I'm saying is that you should make sure that you keep your bounce rate very, very low by making sure that you are sending only to existing email. And if you look at this server, you see that this server is nearly dead, because the recommended ranges of bounce rate you're supposed to keep when warming up your server is between 0 to 1% bounce rate. Between 0 to 1, it's not even supposed to be up to 1% bounce rate, because 1% bounce rate is already high. So you need to make sure you keep your bounce rate below 1% to be able to be at the safer side when warming up your server. So moving on to the next thing I want to, this is the first mistake that was made in this server. You must make sure that you validate your list. Make sure you validate your list. Go to services like Dbounce. I'm going to leave the link in the description so that you can be able to whichever one you're using, either Dbounce or fiverr.com, you're going to get the necessary discount, claim the necessary discount, and be able to validate your list. So the next mistake that this guy did in his server, if you go to messages, then if you go to outgoing messages, you're going to see a lot of messages that was sent out from this particular mail server. If you look at this, you're going to see that this is a Gmail address, this one is a Gmail address too, this one is even being held because this server is already suspicious. Then we also have if you look at this, you look at the time that it was sent. This 10:30, and this from the time like this 12:08, and as you can see, this particular one is showing all the ones that are sent to Gmail addresses is either showing hard fail or held, but the ones sent to Yahoo emails are showing sent. So that is what I'm saying. Some ISPs are very lenient when you send from a server that has a high bounce rate, and they can actually accept your email and place it in the inbox, or maybe their promotion tab or their update tab, whichever one that your ISP is using. But there are some ISPs that doesn't really tolerate spam. They even go to the extent of developing algorithm to analyze billions and billions of email on the internet, so that once your email, maybe your email header or your email body or your email conclusion follow that particular spammy algorithm, is going to, it doesn't matter if you are not a spammer or not, and you have to know that Gmail spam filters are not humans, they are actually robots that was developed. So once you follow that particular way, is going to, once your message follow that particular spammy pattern, is going to filter your email immediately inside the spam, to the spam folder. So if we go to outgoing messages, okay, we've done this. Then let's go to send messages. Then we are going to see, because we would like to test this practically. Remember in the last video we talked about how you can create your own email inside Poster. If you have not watched the video, you can go watch the video. If you come to rerouting, you can create your email. You can add your first route when after you added your address endpoint, you can add your first route from here. We have the video on my YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel, just go back to the previous playlist to this particular series. You're going to be able to see all this. So this is the test mail. If you have an email that you've created from this server, you can use it, because this is the one that was created to you by default by postal. I can use this particular one, or I can change it to the one I've created. It's going to give you the same result like some. If I click on enter, if I click on reload, you're going to see that the message is sent. If I click on release message, you are going to see that this message is showing hard failed. If I click on redeliver, you're going to be seeing that it's going to be showing me hard failed. So if I go back again to send messages, and if I try maybe a Yahoo Mail or any other mail server, let me close this. I think I have a Yahoo address, you.com. If I click on reload, you are going to be seeing the success message that this is sent. And if I open my Yahoo Mail now, you are going to see that they not just deliver my email, they also place my email in the inbox, despite this high percentage bounce rate. But Gmail, they heard my message, and when I routed for delivering the message, they actually bounced back the message. And anytime you want to send any message from postal SMTP and the message did not go, or maybe you have a bounce back message from the receiving mail server like Gmail, you can come to, that's why I like postal. They have a place where you can troubleshoot technical details. If you come down to that particular email address that refused to deliver, you can come down. If you come down to the right part, the bottom right part, you're going to see show technical details. Just click on that, show technical details. Then you're going to see all the details pertaining to this particular mail server. The technical details of this one is showing okay, because it actually delivered. If so if I come back to outgoing messages again, if I look for the former one that I sent, as you can see, the last one I sent before sending to Yahoo email was nnanajohn@gmail.com. The most recent one I sent is nnanajohn2017@yahoo.com. If I click on this one that refused to deliver, which is the Gmail, if I come down to show technical details, you are going to see the error that Gmail, the receiving server, which is the Gmail server, is returning to my mail server. That was the reason why they refused to deliver my email. If you read this, you can see the message from this IP. Our system has detected that this message is from this particular IP address, and is likely suspicious due to the very low reputation of the sending IP domain. To best protect our users from spam, the message has been blocked from this particular IP address, which is the IP address of my server. If you go back to OVH client, you're going to see the domain mapping as I've showed in the previous video in the series. You can check it out if you want. So look at in continuation, please visit this particular URL, google.something for more information on how to go about removing this block. So what we have to do, just come and highlight this URL, highlight it to the place where it ended, and right click, then go to this particular URL, or you can just copy and paste in your web browser. It's going to go. So it's going to bring you to Gmail, maybe Gmail troubleshooter or Gmail knowledge base. You are going to see, if you come down to the bottom part, you're going to see bulk sender guideline, because we are sending bulk email, we are not sending individually. If you open a new tab, you're going to see it's going to take you to this particular article. You just come down, you're going to see a place where you're going to write to, you see, because you're trying to troubleshoot mail servers, because I've read through this before shooting this video. We want to troubleshoot this mail server to know what is really wrong and why. Though we really know what is wrong, because we did something wrong by swiftly wrapping up our quota more than we are supposed to. If I click on open in a new tab, you are going to see the issue that we are sending. This place is going to be asking you, sent emails are temporarily failed or rejected or classified as spam or phishing. These are like four different problems depending on the issue you're having in your mail server. Though they are still going to prompt us to fill in a particular form where we're going to describe the issue that we are facing with the mail server in depth in depth form, and in that form we are going to try as much as we can to be very truthful to them so that they can be able to troubleshoot our mailing server and find out what is really wrong with our mail server and be able to remove it from their block list. What I have to do now, we have two options here. The second option is send emails are delivered to wrong inbox category, and that is not what happened to our mail server or our sending IP or sending domain. We have to choose the first one, and just know that in this tutorial or in this particular guideline or form, you're going to be choosing no in most of the answers, in most of what Gmail is going to ask you. Just know that you're going to be choosing no, if not in everything. So they're trying to ask you now, where are you sending from? You are sending, I send from my own domain. Choose this. There was your email server compromised? It is not compromised. It wasn't compromised. We chose no. Was the email unauthenticated? Unauthenticated? No. You can't say yes because we actually authenticated our email. You just have to choose no. If you come back to our mail server, if we come up, if we come back to domain, as you can see, the technical details that we set is actually configured or authenticated very well. See the SPF, DK, MMX, return path record, everything is showing green, showing you that we actually authenticated our mail server very well. If you go to DNS setup, check DNS are correct. If we check this again, as you can see, your DNS record for webflowhub.us looks good, so everything is working very well. So we are not really trying to cap or lie in what we are doing. So we have to come down again. Where your subscription practice is incomplete? No, it's complete. Was your problem caused by an affiliate? No, it's not caused by affiliates, because we are not yet even using our mail server for doing affiliate marketing. Even when we might be using it in the future to do affiliate marketing, we have not started using it. So this is because if you did not choose no, that is what I'm saying in the beginning of the video, that you did not choose no, it's not going to bring the Google team form, the Gmail form, so that you can be able to contact to Gmail. And know that when you contact Gmail, they are not going to respond to you immediately. This particular procedure is going to take maybe between 1 week to 2 weeks for you to get email from Gmail, and they're going to tell you what is wrong with your mail server, and whether they actually unblock it and whether they not unblock it, and hopefully they will unblock it if you open this form in a new tab. So this is the form where you are going to be contacting Gmail. Then you have to write your correct name, then your email address. If you see, by default I'm logged in, I'm signed into my Google account, this particular Google account. So any Google account you are signed into is going to automatically brought to this email address field. So what you have to do, I advise you for quick response, maybe in a week time, you have to change this to your domain email, or if not, the email address the email address of the domain that have the issue. You can just put sam@webflowhub.us. I advise you to do something like this, or maybe put another domain email. They're going to be able to reply to you very fast. So this is the way you can go about this particular issue, and just follow the instruction in prompts. You're going to be able to submit a form to Gmail, and just be patient and wait for them to reply you. So I just came across this issue. I just thought of making a video about it so that you can see what to expect when warming up. Look at the procedure that a simple instruction or by simply following rule would have saved you. So even when you do this and they open your server, know that you've wasted maybe for like 1 week that you might have used to start your campaign. So that is why you need to follow the procedure of warming up so that you won't come back or start from square zero, because most of the most of the cases, a lot of person they don't like following this procedure. They we better go and buy another mail server and start from scratch again, and the is not going to be less stressful to you. It's going to be very very stressful to you to go back and start from the beginning in setting up your mailing servers. So that is that about this video, and in the next video we are going to be talking more in depth about warming up and the factors that determine where your emails are going to be landing. Though the warm-up part is going to be splitted into two. It's going to be splitted into the technical details that you need to set up very well before your emails can land in the inbox, and the second part is going to be the less technical things that you're going to do for like configuring your maybe checking whether your email body is spammy or not, checking whether the header, and maybe cloaking your URL or shortening your URL, all those stuff, all those small practices. The warm-up part is going to be very very valuable, of course. And to follow up, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bell icon so that next time I post, once any of the video drops, you are going to get the notification. If you're a returning subscriber, just turn on notification, and if you're a new subscriber, just subscribe to the channel so that you can be able to be notified the next time I post video concerning this topic. Alright, I'll see you next time.